At home, I hope you're watching. All right. Okay, so I brought a bunch of pictures in, okay? This is like a Photoshop 101 for about 2 minutes, and we'll move on, okay? So you can see these images have their own layers, right? And there's a little paper icon at the bottom right. That means it's linked to an external file, okay? See here, down here on the left, I have that. So what you got to do is right-click and rasterize it so it kind of breaks that connection, okay? The way you could do it in Photoshop, which is really cool, and that is you can shift select, like click once, hold shift, go to the other layers, right click here on the gray side here, find rasterize, and they're all broken now. It's yours. The other thing I could do is I can merge, right? Merge in believe it or not, in Krita, Sketchbook Pro, and Photoshop. If you do Command E is merge. So if I do Command E here, they all become one layer, right? See that? Command E, it's merged with below. Okay, so I'll take this one, I'll do the same thing. See how they're all there, right? So I'll just call this ref, all right? Ref. I'm not going to lock it. So the point of what we're going to do now is for you, by the way, I'll just give you one more 101 Photoshop thing. So the cool thing, another cool thing about if you don't merge your layers, it's up to you. You don't have to. You can just right-click on a picture, and Photoshop will tell you what layer you're on. It's amazing, right? That's the only app I know that does that. So if this is the wall unit here, like you see here, it's wall, right? And then I'm going to hit Command T, which is Control T, and it's free transform. That's all you need. Okay? Whoever took away the shift idea from Adobe, I'd love to talk to them. I used to always hold shift, but if you do hold shift, you're going to end up squashing and stretching it. So don't do that. That's like an old habit of mine, okay? So now anytime you have a picture, you can resize it by having Command T, Control T. But now that I merged this, look, it's all one. I can't, if I press free transform, the whole thing gets transformed. You see that? Right? The whole thing gets transformed. So if you want to come in here and make something bigger, watch this. You take this square marquee tool, okay? There's a square, elliptical, rectangular, whatever, rectangle, right? I can take this, for example, make a box. Notice that this is on its layer. And if I go to edit free transform, which is what we're doing, hang on, we don't want Microsoft Teams here. Somewhere here is edit transform, right here, free transform, see? Command T, Control T on a Windows. So now you can take this and resize it, okay? Do you get the difference? When it's on its own layer, if you hit Command T, the whole thing is set up. But if it's like this, you got to kind of pick and choose, right? All right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to duplicate this layer just for fun. Right-click, duplicate layer. I'm going to hide the one underneath. Or the, yeah, I'm going to hide this. I always have I like having backup. So what you're going to do now is you're going to make a collage. Okay? And it's not kind of like, it's kind of a collage and / mood board. So let's pretend this is all my references for the exterior for this assignment, right? This is just for the exterior, not interior. And what you're going to do is you're going to come in here, you're going to zoom in by pressing Command plus or Command minus or Control plus, Control minus. For example, you're going to say, okay, what is it about this picture that I like, right? So I'll do this. Look, I'll get my marquee tool, rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to take a strip off this like this. I'm going to say Command C, Command V. See that? It copied whatever it was in that box, right? With the marching ants. Now if I take the move tool, I can move this over here. The minute I do that, it goes on its own layer. Isn't that cool? The reason for me that I really love this part of the image, this part of the design, is that sheer wall that goes up on the side, okay? And there's a difference, and there's a material change, right? So for me, next to this, what I would do is take my note here. I come over here and I go, okay, what do I like about this? So I need to write something about it, right? So let me press B to make sure I'm working in the right app here. Yeah, it's 15 is a little big. Let me just make that 8, reduce the flow. So I'm going to say here for me, it's material change. Material change. For me, I like that. I like wood and metal. Okay, I love that. So I'm going to say I like this part. And also, like, it's like for me, it's kind of that powerful this element where I have one wall like that, another wall change in material. Material 1. This is material 2. Okay, so that to me, there's a cool detail there. So I wanna remember that later on when I design. Okay, so you see how we're doing things differently this time. We're not just noting; we're just taking elements of it. So now you have to go back and select that layer that you like. So I'm going to go down here and pick this, for example. I'm going to go something really wild here. Watch this. I'm on the right layer. I'm going to bring my marquee tool back. And this time I'm only going to take this guy here. I'm going to hit Command C, Command V. Okay, and then you get the move tool, which is actually V. And I'm going to move it somewhere up there. Again, right next to it, right? I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to go like this, right? And this time it's its own layer. See? Boom, boom, right there. I'm in the right layer. This doesn't matter which app you're in. It works this way. So what I like about this, again, there's something about this concrete material here that really excites me, okay? And look at that. Like that shape is basically this, right? It's like something like this, right? So here I'm sketching it, and I'm saying it's concrete, and it's wrapped. Do you guys see that? So potentially, what I could be doing is taking a part of my space and do something like this. Like this could be first floor. This could be another floor. I don't know here. But this material will have a cutout inside. I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking of how I could use it. I'm going to rotate it to its side. Right? This is the ground level. I like the strength of this as a material. The concrete, the way it's an L. I can rotate it. I'm thinking what I could do if I had to use this, right? I could rotate the material. I can wrap it on a building. I can wrap it, meaning I can wrap, this is wrapping something inside of here. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to take that as well, right? So now I'm going back to this layer and here, right? And I'm looking for something else, okay? So here I'm going to look at something more. I chose this image because to me, I was showing you this yesterday when I was talking in Blender to you guys when we were doing stuff like this, right? Let me take the camera out for a second. Do you remember I said to you guys, you can take these so-called boxes that we have. Let me push that back a bit. This box, you can rotate it, and all of a sudden you have a negative space here, right? Remember that, right? So if we have a negative space here, I can potentially push out here on top of this roof another 25%, really extending it, right? Even though my footprint is here, here, let me just do it with this here. Look, I'm going to use this. I don't use this annotate tool a lot, so let's see if it works. Hang on, one more time. So I could potentially do something over here, see? I'm extending this by, like I could take 25% out like this, right? So that's why I kind of liked that image, right? Because in here now, let me change this color. I'm assuming this is how you do it. Let's go with this color. Ooh, that's really cool, man. Woohoo! Okay, I did that. I'm gonna come out, come back, change color again. So what if, I guess it doesn't work like that. So all in here is called a negative space. See that? That's a bonus right there, right? So when I go back to Photoshop and I say to myself, I really like how this comes out here, right? So I'm just going to take a strip from it using this marquee tool. I'm going to say, look at what this guy has done here, this designer, right? So I'm going to remind myself, Command C, Command V. Okay, there it is on its own layer. Get my move tool, punch it up there somewhere. And what I'm doing now is I'm moving these side by side and I'm making notes. Okay, let me just move this over. Right here, what do I like about it? Command T, let's make it just a touch bigger. Okay, I'm on the right layer. I'm going to zoom in here. It's not the greatest quality, but I'm going to say to myself with my B for brush, I'm going to say negative space, right? Negative space, overhang. I hope this is recording. Overhang. Okay, so that tells me something, right? So now I can do a little doodle here and say, yeah, I could go like this. This one's going here. I have a negative space here. If this goes like that, if this floor goes like that, I have negative space here. So I'm taking advantage. So I'm doing a little doodles with everything. My notes and sketches. Notes and sketches, okay? Not just writing. I hope this helps. So negative space, overhang, and I'm going to say take advantage. Take advantage of floor space, okay? a floor space. Okay, cool. I get that. Nice. I'll just do one more example, right? And then you guys get where I'm going with all this, right? So as always, you have to be in the right layer before you take something, okay? So I've got some really cool ones here, okay? I like this compartmentalization here. I said that to you guys. We talked about the shear wall here, but I love this kind of picture window that comes out, right? I want this somewhere in my unit. I love this change of materials again and this picture window. Picture window, all it is think of yourself. You have a canvas and a frame around it. That's a frame of a painting or whatever, right? However, in the architectural world, when there's no cutouts in the window, it becomes a beautiful picture window, right? And that's just kind of a terminology people use, okay? So I'll get my marquee tool, M for marquee, and I'm going to borrow this strip right here. Okay, I'm going to say I love all of this. I love this wall that goes up in wood. I love the change of materials, and I love the picture window. Okay, so Command C, Command V, done. And then, I can hide all this right now and just go to that layer, press V to move, or you go to the arrow tool, you bring it over here. Okay, so you can notice there's kind of a theme going on here for me, right? I'm picking things. Somehow I chose images that connect in conceptually. I don't have to follow this in the end, guys. This is just the starting point, okay? So again, I'm going to press B for brush, right? I'm going to say, okay, we got a picture window. We know what that means now. Picture window is cool. Okay, I like the material change again. So MTL, material change. And it's a two-story material, right? Two-story, look. Look how this thing goes two-story. So I got two-story, one material. Boom, 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 boom. And then somewhere over here, I have a different material. So I'm doing this from the side now, right? Maybe the window's in here, this part. So I'm going to say cutout is very cool, okay? Do you guys see how now we're not thinking of the requirements for the project as square footage and stuff. Right now you're saying, why did I choose these references, right? So in the end, you're going to end up a wall like this of just this kind of stuff, of why you chose these things, okay? And then what I could do is I can have this here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that really small. So I'm going to go Command T. I got to be on the right layer. Let me try that again, Command T. This is where I started, Mr. Bellion, right here, like this. But this is where it went. It's sketches, notes, detail images. How are we doing? Any questions at home? Any questions in here? Where's my MS Teams here? Yes, go ahead. One sec. We got somebody in the class first, and then you're next. Go ahead. Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah, you got to use you got to use the marquee tools in Krita. You know the oval shape, the square shape, and the polygonal looking. You take that, and then Command C, Command V works, and then Command T in that app works as well. Next question from home. Go for it. Yep. Makes sense. Any questions? Speak up, man. Yeah? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So guys, let's have fun with this. Again, don't worry about the criteria for the assignment right now, okay? I want you to bring the references and why you're choosing them and then sketch with it. Do something, doodle, anything you want. It's forcing you to think in a different dimension. Is that okay? Any more? Going once? Twice? Yep. Yeah, dude, look, it's the same thing. Look, I can go into Krita right here. Look, new file, okay? I'm just going to make one up. And you can drag the pictures from Krita, or you have to go through this nonsense right here. Import layer, and then this is what you use right here. Look, guys, the minute I make this box here like that, any of these shapes, that means that whatever's in it, I'm selecting it. Here, I click, boom, 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 like this, and now you have a new picture. Whatever's in here, Command C, Command V, it works, okay? Cool? Good? All right. I'm going to stop recording, okay? Thanks, guys. Let's go. Let's do this.